say a quick thank you to all the bunnies. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being the inspiration of this piece when I haven't been able to write in months. It feels really good. And thank you for always being willing to listen. Dear poetry, I am sorry I have neglected you recently. We have not had a heart-to-heart conversation in months. I admit that is my fault. You have been weaving through my mind like twisting kaleidoscope, like ever-changing windmill, like circling my sleepy mind. Why do you always want to speak when there is no pen and paper for us to communicate with? Dear poetry, if you have abandoned my dreams because you no longer find me worthy, this is an apology and a request that you reconsider dear poetry. If you will not speak, then I will say it first. I love you. I will never abandon you. Dear poetry, I miss you. I have tried writing you letters. They always start with the best of intentions, but they end up half finished. Hopefully this one works out better. Dear poetry, I will give you no excuses for my absence, only a reason. You see, there's this boy, rather, this man. I have given him all of my words and my rhythms, so when you ask me to whisper you sweet nothings, I find only simple nothings waiting on my lips to flutter to your eardrums and reverberate them with the sound of disappointment. Dear poetry, you know I am a perfectionist, and all I wanted to write about is this earth-shaking, groundbreaking musical melody feeling that creeps underneath my skin every time he touches me, but it never seems to come out right, so I don't. Dear poetry, I have not been unfaithful to you, I promise. But you should see his eyes. They encompass the entire ocean. He is the most powerful muse I have ever known. He is my tsunami, bound by the body of a fighter that still knows the language of gentle touch. He traces patterns from the pulse-throbbing indentation on my neck over cage rib chest down to butterfly between thighs, causing tingling up backs of knees and heart racing wild. Dear poetry, he is hypnotism with no particular goal. He is serenity with welcome breaths of chaos. He is an overdose on jazz music. You know, something to dance to, full of soulful saxophones and thrumming bass lines that make you sway long after you've lost the energy to move. Dear poetry, he moves me. I'm not saying that you don't, but he has shown me how much can be said between two pairs of lips when words are left for a later time. I will always remain faithful to you, but for now, there are few things that I need to say that cannot be whispered into the silent parts of his skin. I remain, eternally yours, V. Rabbit. P.S. You really should see his eyes. Then you would understand exactly how I am so